How to do your taxes. Hi there, it's Luigi, and welcome to Catapult Capitalism, your guide in making smart financial moves for your future. If you enjoy watching our videos, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get updated whenever we upload a new video. In today's video, we are going to teach you how you can do your taxes. So if you dig these kinds of videos, then keep on watching. Taxes are something that almost all of us despise and wish to be free of. However, we must all face and file our taxes on time. The process of doing so may overwhelm you, but it isn't as difficult as you would think, and we're here to assist you with that. Something to take note of, though, is that the process may depend and vary with regards to where you live or where you are working. Just keep that in mind. Why should you consider doing your taxes? The most prevalent question we get is why and what is the need to do so? Well, by taking charge of your finances, you gain control over several things. In the end, filing taxes appears to be a simple process. After going through it time and time again, you might even be able to say that it comes naturally to you. A lot of things become obvious when you become interested in finances. You learn about your debts, if any, you start saving, develop your financial literacy, and so on. When compared to personal finances, tax filing may not be as difficult. Aside from the self-learning aspect, you may also benefit in other ways, like with regards to your wealth. Hiring a professional can be more expensive than using tax preparation software, so if you decide to do it yourself, you might find that you'll be able to save a lot of money. What do you need to do to get your taxes done? Once you've decided to do your taxes on your own, you will require a few specific items, beginning with basic information. Gather your paperwork. To ensure that filing your taxes is seamless, gather all your tax documentation and the papers you need. The process would be difficult to complete without these documents, so take your time and gather all of the necessary items ahead. W-2s. Each employer is required to provide a W-2 form. Typically, you will receive this paperwork from your company without having to request it. However, if you do not have the document, you should probably contact the Human Resources Department of your company. HR should provide you with a W-2 form with no problems. 1099s. 1099s are only necessary if you have a business, a source of income, or undertake freelance employment. Every client must give you a 1099 form. It shows how much money you made in that calendar year. Interest statements. If you own a home and must report any interest paid, you must complete a 1098 form. This is the annual interest rate on your mortgage. This report only applies if you paid more than $600 in interest. You must also use the form to submit your interest expenses. Deductible expense receipts. Those who run their own business need to record the expenses. Don't be concerned if you believe this form is the most comprehensive. In actuality, it is merely the fundamental information required to file your taxes. Use your income status to deduct the other information needed to complete the tax forms. Determine your filing status. One of the most important aspects of tax preparation is determining the correct filing status. The filing status, in reality, has a major impact on the tax burden. It can be fully changed depending on the situation. There are 5 options for identifying the file status, and we're gonna go through each one. Single. If you are unmarried, divorced, or legally separated, select this option. Married filing jointly. This one applies to you and your spouse. The only constraint is the date of your marriage. It must be completed by the end of the fiscal year on December 31. If you married after the deadline, you are ineligible to file as a married couple. Instead, you can file your taxes for the next year. Married filing separately. Another alternative is to file your taxes separately from your spouse. This option may result in a higher amount of taxes owed at a higher rate. You may want to prepare taxes both jointly and separately. It may assist you in determining which is best for you. Head of the household. This is for persons who are not married but are capable of running a household, either for oneself or at least one dependent. A few other regulations may apply depending on the circumstances. Widow or widower with dependents. This is the least prevalent choice when it comes to filing taxes. It only applies to those whose spouses died during the tax year. They are now left alone or with a dependent child. Research your tax deductions. Before you start doing your taxes, you need to learn a little bit about them. For example, be aware of your tax credits and deductions. These are the most typical credits and deductions that you can expect. Remember to include child care expenses, charitable contributions, or college credits in your tax return. How to do your taxes. By hand. Download the necessary forms from the IRS website. These are available for free download and printing. You can either mail them in or fill them out by hand. However, the manual procedure is only recommended for people with straightforward tax problems. Well, you could also do this even if your finances are complicated. However, it might be a genuine bother after a few forms. IRS Online Fillable Forms. The IRS e-file site provides free fillable forms. These fillable file forms include step-by-step instructions. As a result, you may easily fill them up. Even if you are a beginner, the instructions should be sufficient. Using online tax software. If you don't want to proceed with any of the mentioned methods, you can try using online tax software. It will file your taxes, but you will be charged for these services. People with complicated tax structures can take advantage of such services. The programs will frequently guide you through the entire filing process. In fact, these prompts can be quite beneficial since they can help you recall facts that you may have forgotten. Which option should you choose? The real question now is which of these possibilities should you select? They all may be different, but there should be one that is the most suitable option for you. This is going to vary from person to person. For example, some individuals prefer paperwork. Others, on the other hand, would prefer digital forms, and others so on. You can file your taxes regardless of which method you use. These methods can also assist you in determining whether or not you owe taxes to the government, or whether you're eligible for a tax refund. Many of us can agree that tax preparation can be a time-consuming and difficult process. Many people decide to undertake it at first, but eventually end up abandoning it owing to the work required. However, if you know the appropriate way or the most suitable way for you, you can do this challenging work. In fact, doing it yourself can help you save money. Furthermore, it gives you more control over your finances. When you decide to handle your taxes, you begin to pay much more attention to tiny issues. The process will most likely take several hours, so plan accordingly. When should you seek professional help? There are two reasons why you might choose to see a specialist. Either you don't have several hours to spare, or your tax situation is quite complicated. To save time and cut yourself some slack, you might want to seek professional assistance. This might apply to those who have a side business, various 1099s, W-2s, and so on. In all of these cases, the taxes become significantly more complicated than a novice can handle. So, the best solution might be to hire an expert to do it for you. Taxes can be scary at first, but with the appropriate direction and tools, you can definitely do them on your own. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're notified whenever we upload something new. Thank you for tuning in to Catapult Capitalism, and we'll see you later.